It's been more than 6 years since I entered that strange house in Boston. But to me, it was just 5 months ago. Amnesia, the doctors called it, probably brought on by acute mental stress. I remember investigating the far side of the library. There was screaming. According to the police report, they had searched the house for hours, only to find me later collapsed on the floor. When my eyes opened and I spoke, my colleagues recoiled in fear. There was something unnatural in my voice and blank gaze. They committed me to Arkham Asylum, where I was diagnosed with severe schizophrenia. As it became clear that I presented no danger to either myself or others, I was released from the asylum's care. I have learned little of my activities in the 6 years that followed. The accounts I've been able to piece together show much of my time was spent in travel and study. I maintain a fanatical infatuation with the occult, delving deep into volumes concerning witch cults and dark legends, often in languages unfamiliar to my own. When I reawakened 5 months ago, exactly 6 years after entering that house in Boston, no trace was left of what had been a secondary personality. I was myself again, or at least what I believed myself to be. Return to normal life has been a painful process. In recent days, my dreams have been plagued by cosmic landscapes, and I've become fearful of my own reflection. I am beginning to remember things from that day, more than 6 years past, that I've told no one else. Jack Walters.
Hello, Mr. Walters. My name's Arthur Anderson. I need your help finding a missing person.
I don't take that kind of job.
Did you get my package?
Hold on. What exactly do you want from me, Mr. Anderson?
It's one of my store managers, you see. Brian's his name. Brian Burnham. Nice lad. He disappeared recently from the First National grocery store in Innsmouth.
Innsmouth? Never heard of it.
It's a small fishing town on the coast, not far from Arkham. I'd like to see you in person before you leave.
Hold on there a minute. I didn't agree to take this what the hell? I'll be here all day anyway.
February the 6th, 1920. Oh, welcome back, by the way.
Yeah.
Night. I have a new client, Mr. Arthur Anderson, the regional manager of the First National grocery store chain. It appears that the First National grocery in Innsmouth was recently burglarized, and its manager, one Brian Burnham, is missing. From what I have been able to gather, Burnham is something of a young rogue. A friend of the family, Mr. Anderson, gave him the job as a favour. Burnham's looking like the prime suspect for the robbery, but there are a few things that don't add up. Not to Anderson, and not to me. For instance, why would Burnham force an entry into the store when he had a full set of keys, free access to the cash register, and the combination to the back office safe? To misdirect any investigation? If that was the plan, why did he disappear? Following my conversation with Mr. Anderson, I found out what I could about the ancient town of Innsmouth. For generations, the crumbling seaport and its people have been shunned by neighbouring communities. Outsiders are unwelcome there, and there are superstitious tales of a strange element in the town's oldest families. They are of mixed blood, so the stories go, whatever that's supposed to mean. The usual Hicktown prejudice, no doubt. After making a brief visit to Innsmouth, my client came away distrustful of the local authorities. He isn't buying their line that Burnham robbed the place and wants to know what happened to him. Only one bus goes to Innsmouth, and tomorrow afternoon, I'll be on it. It feels good to have a purpose after 5 months trying to break through my amnesia. I also feel a little apprehensive. Maybe it's the wild stories about the town, or maybe it's just because I haven't had a case in so long.
Driver, how far to the stop?
It's almost there. I'll drop you at the town square of Innsmouth.
Why lock the gates?
Keeps out wanderers looking for work. We don't want those folks like that interfering with our affairs.
Is the bus from Arkham always this empty?
Aye, and we prefer it that way. Not many come to Innsmouth.
But what about trade? Surely the port needs business.
Innsmouth has the means to look after her own. This is it, stranger. End of the line.
So, here we are. We've arrived in the town of Innsmouth.
Oh, there we are. Oh, where's he gone?
The bus driver came out after us.
Could you direct me to the First National grocery store? I hear they have a shop in town.
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, well, you see, I'm looking for a young lad called Brian Burnham. I'm a friend of the family. He worked at the store.
Don't know who you're talking about, fella.
The First National's a large chain. You sure you haven't seen it?
I'm sure. Stop bothering me with questions.
The First National's a large
There we
chain.
go, we'll repeat
You
it.
sure you haven't seen it?
I'm sure. Stop bothering me with questions.
That was very Half-Life 2, that beginning, wasn't it?
It's the bus from Arkham.
Yeah, all we know is that we're somewhere on the coast, because it's an old little fishing town. And I think we've gotten the attitude that we can expect from here on out, which is not very helpful from the locals. It's a little rickety old wooden bus.
So he's dropped us off at the Gilman Hotel.
You said this was the town square, so I think there's lots
Tonic.
of stuff around
These
it.
posters are everywhere.
Snooping around with ain't wanted.
Excuse me?
Yeah, so we had lots of stuff happening at the end of the last episode and the beginning of
It's
this
just a
one.
trash can.
So
Nothing
we
of
had
interest.
horrors that we saw that seemed to break our mind. Then we've had a great period of amnesia and then time spent in a mental hospital. And now we have sort of recovered.
Won't open.
Well, we got rid of the second personality.
Won't budge.
Actually, the doors don't look quite as,
No, it was just in that house by the looks of it.
Hello.
I don't think we can talk to him, he just seemed just troubled.
Because I don't want to go in straight away, I want to sort of explore a little bit first.
Yeah, we can explore a little bit, that's fine.
These posters are everywhere.
What's up with the headless statue?
Yeah.
Innsmouth to her sons who died for liberty, 1775 to 1781.
This statue commemorates the men who fought in the Revolutionary
There we
War.
go. And give us a little extra bit of information. Yes, so by the sounds of it, we're here on a very simple sort of job. We just have to find someone who's missing. There's the Frothes National
yeah,
Grocery
don't know where
Store.
that store is. Could be anywhere.
Well, it
Jerk.
looks like it has someone guarding it.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked.
Kent Riley says I know him.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked.
Can't help you.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked.
I can't be seen talking to you.
I've told him nothing.
It's a nice little bit of overheard speech there, so they've all been told not to talk to me. Or to him.
I'm looking for Brian
I
Burnham.
can't be seen talking to you.
There's a couple of other stalls by the looks of it.
It won't budge.
We've got a variety stall.
The sign says, Innsmouth Poorhouse, in memory of Lady
Fog's
Warnes.
thick tonight. Damp enough to put out a fella's smokes.
It won't open.
He's a pretty man.
They all have kind of a strange look about them.
Can't help you.
Sort of bug-eyed and wide-faced and...
Look at his hands.
Excuse me, Constable. Jack Walters.
Robes. Alien robes. What you want?
Could you help out a stranger to this fine port?
Are you being funny?
No, not at all. I'm after directions to the First National. I hear they have a store in town.
Innsmouth don't take too kindly to them from out of town. Get lost, stranger.
What happened here, Constable?
Nothing.
Oh, swell. You can let me pass then?
No. You'll have to go another way.
Constable Ropes.
What you after now?
You ever meet Brian Burnham?
I couldn't rightly say as I remember.
The burglarizing of the First National is big news in the Arkham press. The Burnham lad must be one of your prime suspects. Any luck tracing his whereabouts?
No. That'd be a matter for the Order.
The Order? Isn't this a matter for the police?
Yup. That too.
Who is the Order?
Them's that look after affairs there in Innsmouth. And you'd mind your business not to be asking too many questions.
On that bombshell. Probably leave it there.
Bye-bye.